Hi SI, I'm taking a moment to explain to you how to use Google Scholar for your research. Unlike our databases where all of the information that you find is freely available to you as long as you're logged on, Google Scholar will give you a list of articles that have been published. Some of them will be available to you and some of them won't. I think you'll still find this a helpful tool. Let's look at it together. You'll want to go to scholar.google.com. Here, since we're looking at research, we want to choose articles. Notice that it says Stand on the Shoulders of Giants. This website is set up by Google for us to be able to use experts to support our research. Now I'm going to look up a problem that's happening in the United States citrus industry that I'm interested in, and it's called citrus greening disease. I'm using this as a model to show you how to use the limiters on Google Scholar and the great resources you can find on it. Now, citrus greening disease, from my background knowledge, I know it's been around for a while. I'm not interested in the stuff that was happening in the 90s. I want to know what's happening now. So I can limit back to 2016, can choose a custom date range, make it really recent. Let me start with this, see what happens with that. Now, I'm not really interested in patents related to this, government issued patents, so I'm going to click off of that. If I were really, really passionate about learning as much as possible, I could create an alert and I would receive an email from Google each time something was published on this subject, so I could stay really up to date. This is super helpful if you're doing an advanced research project and you really want to know what is happening in a particular area, creating an alert. Now, when you see results like this, you'll see some of them have PDFs or HTMLs listed on the right. That's another site where you can find the source. If it's listed here, it means the whole thing will be available at this link as well. If I'm to click on this, notice I don't see the whole thing. I see the abstract and I would have to buy the article. But if I go back and click on this, there's the whole article. If you look around on this, you'll see that this particular paper has been cited by 35 other people versus cited by 2 or 4. That means this particular article has been very helpful in further research on the subject. The higher the citation, the more you know this information has been used by others. Notice also that there are quotation marks. That gives you a copy and pastable tool to use. You know, at our school we usually use MLA, so you could copy and paste this works cited entry right into your works cited. I'm going to limit my search by adding another word. I'm going to put prevention in there. Okay, just what can we do to protect our citrus industry? Scrolling down, I see other sources here. I want you to notice that some of these sources have an underline. Some of the authors do. That means you can visit a page hosted by Google that has all of their other publications listed. Let's look at this Blaustein. There's Ryan Blaustein. This is everything he's published listed in one spot. You can also notice what texts of his have been most cited, which have been most influential in the area of research, in his area of research. And we can see he publishes in the area of microbial ecology, microbiology, soil science, and metagenomics. Sometimes there's a link directly here to email, so you could email him if you had a question or if you wanted to set up a research interview. But I think he's going to be easy to find if we see that he's got a verified email at Northwestern. Let's see what happens if we Google Ryan Blaustein, Northwestern. Here's his university website page. Tells you about him. Here's his, you could have a list to his publications, media, his resume. Let's see, if we click on his Twitter, find out a little bit more about him. Let's look at this pinned tweet. Here is listing his newest publication. So you can dig deep into his research. Now that's what it looks like to really search in on a researcher and figure out what that person is publishing, and if that's a person you would want to interview or reach out to for expert information. Remember, Google Scholar itself told us that they would allow us the opportunity to stand on the shoulder of giants. These links help us access those giants in their fields. I think you'll find as you play around on Google Scholar that though you can't access every article, you'll be able to access quite a few articles, and the real power is finding the experts in the field and finding ways to reach them, either through their university webpage, through their Twitter accounts, or other ways to reach out to them for a potential interview or email interview. We hope this has been a helpful review on how to use Google Scholar in your advanced research. Feel free to email me, Ms. Wenger, at cwenger@siprep.org, or Ms. Brancoli, cbrancoli, at siprep.org for more information if you have any questions. We look forward to hearing from you. Love, the library.